you enjoyed those visuals from Pray For Me by our guest on the entertainment segment of Rubbin Minds. He's a Nigerian musician that goes by the name of Mr. 2K. Mr. 2K, welcome to Rubbin Minds.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us, how did it all start? Take us to the very beginning of your musical journey.
So I'll try to make it very brief, but I started from
church, from school.
I did all that. I did from school, church, and hawking on the street. And while I was hawking, so the only stuff that was keeping me then was my music, singing to myself and going around to sing. And then I was just hawking some stuff for my mom then while I was singing, trying, while other kids were in school, I was hawking on the streets, so trying to keep myself, trying to fight depression. I was using music to actually keep myself busy. And I was singing to myself, and people were finding that interesting and all that. So they say, oh, you have a good voice and all that. So way back then, they normally get stuff for me because I sing for them, and then like that. So, and when I got to secondary school, I was still singing. I actually represent the school for different musical competitions and all that, and came out.
So who are some of your musical influences?
Well, majorly my music influence, one, Rest Lawson, late Jim Rest Lawson, High Life, King of High Life. He was the one that actually inspired me a lot. And then the Plantation Boys, I listened to them as well. There's Blackface, Two Face, and the rest of them. So.
And then moving to Lagos. Why was Lagos so important to you?
Because it's the center of entertainment, not just for Nigeria, but Africa at large. So basically, that's where the market is, so we'll have to come here. Yes, that's why we came.
So now there are a lot of new boys on the block. Like, do you feel like the competition is getting stronger, or do you feel like everybody still has their own place in the industry?
Everybody have their own place in the industry, to be honest with you, because it's a big space. It's a big space too. And then the population of the country is like hundreds of millions of people, so you can't actually own all this population, so basically different artists, different fan base. That's it for me. So everybody is welcome. It's a big space, like the air is too wide for every bird to fly.
So you don't feel threatened by other birds in the air?
I don't feel threatened, no.
Okay, so the music industry, you'll agree with me, is saturated with lyrics about women, about drugs, about partying, about the good life, in quotes. Like, can we expect to see more socially conscious music? Maybe music that everyone talks about, like the headsman crisis, like the political situation in Nigeria.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody is... Most people don't want to go that angle or that direction because I don't know what they're scared of, meaning that I wouldn't do that because, but although I do conscious means try to encourage people, advise people to look at your life, do something good in your life, but I don't do drugs, stay off drugs and do something good in your life. But talking about good, that's actually you going into politics. I don't know who wants to be fella, but we all talk about fella, but nobody wants to be fella.
But then you will say that Fela was very successful, right, musically, so, and he still created socially conscious music. So can we expect to see more people like Fela, or we'll just continue to hear music about the good life?
I can't speak for others, but I can speak for myself. I just keep doing my own good music, and then sometimes I could just talk about the government because we're the voices of the people out there at the end of the day.
Okay, there's no way we'll have you on the show without addressing the robbery scandal, and I think you should just set the record straight. Okay.
I don't really talk about that anymore because it's an ugly part that I don't really want to remember at all because it actually messed with my head sometime in the past. But I've moved on, and then that's it. I don't really talk about it anymore.
It's messed with your head in what way? I mean, if
like I said, because if I start going back, I'm going to put myself in this place I don't want to be. You understand? So I'm not going to really talk about it because I think it happened. It's an ugly incident that happened last year, and which I don't pray for it to happen to anybody. Do you understand? But I've actually explained everything last year, but this year is a whole new thing for me. I'm not talking about whatever thing I'm talking about right now is me, my career, myself, and not that ugly incident anymore.
So speaking about collaborations, your career, can we see a Burna Boy, Mr. 2K collaboration?
If it happens, yes, it's possible because if it happens, fine, it's possible. We're human beings, so we learn how to, we move on quickly as well.
So sometimes. It's amicable between the two of you?
Definitely it is.
Okay, well, it's good that, as you said, that is in the past, but definitely to your music, what can we expect?
My music, just expect more good music from me, quality sound, and then good lyrics from me as well, and then meeting up with the trend, and also but keeping it safe and keeping it pure. That's it.
Keeping it safe, keeping it pure.
Yeah.
Anything more? Any collaborations? Maybe international collaborations?
Yes.
Any tour coming up?
Yeah, tours coming up, yeah. International collaboration, I don't know yet, but collaboration coming up between Nigeria and major artists in Nigeria.
Can we have some names?
I wouldn't want to mention that. But we're looking at something big coming up, but which you guys will definitely be informed about it when it's ready.
So something big with Nigerian musicians.
Yes.
And you mentioned the tour. Like, are you going to go to key cities?
Yeah, I'm looking at doing a tour in the UK and in America, like 9 states in America, by next month, hopefully by the grace of God, and then go back to have some bookings already, gigs around Nigeria here as well. I just did one successful concert in Port Harcourt, which was a huge sold-out concert in Port Harcourt, a limited concert. So I'm just chilling to do it again next year.
Well, you'll agree that, come with the success and the nature of the industry, there are lots of things that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to keep your sanity in this industry?
My sanity, first, God. God helps me a lot, so I pray to God about things that actually stresses me, and then I just move on with life, because in life you face a lot of obstacles and then you move on with it.